In today's show, we've got news about entertainment actually coming back to Walt Disney World this summer. Skyliner maintenance is coming, headline news, meetups, trivia, and some special guests all in this week's Disney Parks Podcast.
Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com and Parkhopper John from WDWParkhoppers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. So glad that you are here. We are going to, I'm going to keep teasing them because we're going to introduce them in just a couple seconds. But I wanted to go ahead and get into the show. But joining us is that's the wrong conjugation of the verb. Joining us this week are our buddies Christie and Heidi. They're going to introduce themselves in just a sec. How are you ladies doing tonight?
Fabulous.
Wonderful.
I didn't know we were going to get graded on grammar.
Yeah. I do know how to read, even though I'm from the South. So before we get too deep into the fun stuff, Tony, what'd you do this weekend?
Well, a couple things. One, I was at Everglazed. That is the new donut factory at the west side of Disney Springs. So there's Gideon's sugar at one end, Everglazed sugar, and then a little M&M sugar coming soon.
Oh, God.
So if you're looking for sugar, Disney Springs is the new place. It was good. It wasn't a very long wait like Gideon's. I didn't have to wait 4 hours to get my donut. It was a small wait. But they have a good selection. You know, it's not huge. It's not like Voodoo Donut. I think the selection of Voodoo's maybe a little bit too large. The donuts are not on the cheap side. It's not Dunkin' Donuts.
How much is a donut out there?
So I bought 4 donuts and a cold brew drink, and that was $30.
Oh my God.
Dude.
Are we talking like a Homer Simpson sized donut, though?
Well,
or is this a Dunkin' Donut?
No, they're pretty big. I mean, I had a Nutella, which I think had an entire container of Nutella in it. I had a peanut butter, so it was almost like 2 donuts I sliced, jammed all this peanut butter in it, chocolate icing, peanut butter chips, peanut butter cups. That was good. A chocolate, the glaze that they're doing on the chocolate is almost like a fudge. So it's very rich and decadent. But very good. The drinks were great. The cold brew was great. But in the morning, they have hot sandwiches. So if you're looking at breakfast down there, eventually when things get back to normal and the movie theater is open, you can grab some breakfast and go see a movie. But yeah, I would definitely, tell everybody, go check it out, go try it out. The other nice thing is they have some seating in the back. Not a huge amount, but a fair amount. We were there on a Thursday night, and there was like maybe only 2 or 3 people outside. I think everybody else was getting their donuts to go, which is fine.
Not bad.
So, but it was very good. And then Saturday, we were at Polite Pig in the afternoon, which we've been to a bazillion times. And then I went to the lobby bar over at the Four Seasons to have some dinner and cocktails. So
Such a swinging dude.
Yeah. That was a swinging dude.
He has the life we all want. I mean,
Seriously, I want to be Tony when I grow up.
Nice.
So
I want to be you to grow up.
Yeah. So I will tell you, the lobby bar has got some really, really good food. They have a good dinner menu now. They really beefed it up. And Tuesdays, I think, is still Taco Tuesday. They make some mystery taco every Tuesday. So if you're looking for a taco on Tuesday, yeah.
I know. That doesn't sound appealing.
It's very
It
weird.
sounds like a lot like spam.
Yeah, it's very weird that the Italian restaurant is making tacos, but that's a story for another day.
No, the spam tacos are over at Alani.
Yeah.
That's where they do the spam tacos.
Yeah, right.
Either of you two ladies been to the Four Seasons Resort here at Disney?
No, I haven't.
No,
Do I need to?
Not yet.
Oh, yes.
When you guys come on, we'll take you to dinner at Ravello. We'll let you try our
I've
little
heard
home away
Ravello
from
is
home.
amazing.
Yeah.
It is. truly
Well,
amazing.
We're on a first name basis with most of the staff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good
The first time you go, it's overwhelming because it's like, oh, Mr. Caselnova, how are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And then finally, after 2 or 3 years, it's like, oh, hey, John, what's going on? Like,
Oh,
Yep.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because we were having some stuff at the lobby bar, and some of the management was walking around like, "Oh, hey, how are you?
hey, it's Tony.
Tony."
All right. So yeah, we got to do the polite pig, and I did very little this weekend. Actually, just kind of piddled around. This coming weekend will be very busy, so we'll talk about that later. So I can't put it off any longer, ladies. I've been looking forward to this all week because I'm so happy that we have gotten to not only partner with Destination to Travel, but that you guys are willing to come on the show. And folks, they're going to be a somewhat regular. We're going to try to get them on once a month or so as Disney comes out with more offers and stuff. So, Heidi, can we start with you? Take a moment and introduce yourself, and then we'll kick over to Christie here in just a sec.
Sure. I'm Heidi Estep, independent travel agent with Destinations to Travel. I've been with them since October 2019. Started right when the world was getting ready to come to a screeching halt. But it's been a fun adventure. I got to meet great people like Christy and our crew at Destinations to Travel. So, yeah.
Awesome. Christy?
Well, same deal. I've been with Destinations to Travel probably a couple of years now. So got to live the highs and then now live the lows of post-COVID life. But it's great. We have a great team at Destinations to Travel. I mean, it's such a cool support, fun people. I can't complain. I mean, even making the best of tough situations over there. But we're both moms. So you start off, I think, living the Disney life, and then you get your kids into it, and you're like, shoot, why don't I book other people's trips? Why don't I make some money off of this?
I know.
I've heard that story a few times.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's explain, Tony, why these lovely young ladies are joining us tonight.
Because they can.
Because we've got the ears.
Yes.
I know. So they're here. The goal of this is to inform you about, all the crazy stuff that's going on with Disney. So everything is in flux, like stuff with the cruise line. They keep canceling it, extending payments. Adventure by Disney rolled out some stuff. And then, we just want to make sure that you have the right information. If you're planning a trip or thinking about planning a trip, vaccines are rolling out, so maybe travel's going to come back. And we'd like to give you as much information as we can so that you can make an informed decision. And we believe that you should have a travel person, doing this because, yes, in the past, you could have booked your own trip. It was, easy. You just went online and you did it. But now there's a lot of, rules and regulations and cancellations, and the ball is being moved. There's new rules every day. Each time I go to Disney Springs, there's a new rule about, where to stand, where to walk, where to go. So let a travel professional, take some of that burden away from you. You want to make your dining reservations? Have at it. If you can get them. It was funny. I looked this weekend, Saturday, Friday night, I was looking for a reservation Saturday night, and there was literally no place on Disney property to have dinner Saturday night because they're only at like 35%, and it's the weekend. Right. So if you don't get them, 30 days out, they're gone now. And that's where travel people can help you with that. I'm not going to say they're going to guarantee you.
That's the misconception, too, I think, is that so many times people think we're here to hijack your vacation, and we're totally not. It's free to use us.
Right.
And like you said, you could be as hands-on or as hands-off as you like. Before I started, I loved to book my own dining and fast passes and all that stuff. So you want to do that? Cool. Yeah. But you don't have to. Yeah. I'll do it for you for free.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of it is it costs just as much to use a travel agent as it does to do it yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
Well,
and like Tony said, everything's like changing,
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be on top of it. And I had a guest recently who said, wow, I've been going 30, over the past 30 years, and I have no clue what I'm doing. I feel like it's all completely clean slate. So it is helpful to have somebody to help you out. So
yeah, absolutely.
Well, and here's the reality is and I say this every time I talk about destinations to travel. It's always better to have someone and not need them than need them and not have them.
True.
Because I literally was standing on the boat dock at the Magic Kingdom, and I was overhearing this lady screaming at a cast member. Now, you should never scream at a cast member, but the problem is the reservation had been misplaced, and so they had flown in and gone straight to Magic Kingdom, and they didn't know where their bags were, and the hotel did not have the reservations available, and they were leaving the park, and they're like, "Well, man, it's 6:00 and we haven't heard from our hotel. What's going on?" And so she had no recourse. She didn't have a travel agent, because that was my first question. I said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop." I said, "But do you have a travel agent?" She's like, "No." And I was like, "Holy cow!" And I had a business card for a travel agent buddy of mine in my hip pocket, and I said, "Here, I don't know how much they can help, but this is a travel agent. It's not going to cost you a dime, but call them and see if they can help you." And that's the gift of what you guys do. You have more information at your disposal than most people do. So that's another reason why we had you on tonight. It's because you know what's going on. We have no clue, and it changes.
But you know where to find the good donuts.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I can tell you where to eat.
Yeah. I mean, look there. Tony and I definitely know how to get away in the parks. I mean, it's
all right. We have to behave. Shannon's watching now. So, but anyway.
By the way, destination to travel is the number one. It is.
But all right. So we got one question, and the question is, how far out can you book now? That's a good question.
We are booking packages throughout the end of 2021. So you're afraid to travel now. That doesn't mean we can't book you for a fabulous winter getaway. So packages, book them. Yeah. I mean, get something on the books. Get a countdown going, because adulting is hard right now.
Yeah.
It is.
Preach.
Right. What do we know about the cruise lines? I know I read some things this weekend where they extended payments again. I think now they're saying 2022 for possible sailings. So what is the truth about what's going on with the cruise line? Because I know there's a lot of cruise people that are like freaking out that they can't get on a boat.
Right. Well, the Disney Wish is scheduled to launch summer 2022. So we're so geeked about that. But right now we have cancellations through the end of April. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, through the end of March into early April. We've seen some other cruise lines that have canceled the month of April. So maybe April's not looking so good, but there's still June. There's still 25% off select Bahama cruises. So, I mean, we're still hopeful until Disney tells us they're not going to sail, or until the CDC tells us that they're not going to sail. Then there's still places we can still book June, July, 25% off. There's military discounts out there, Florida resident discounts.
Okay.
And then I think it's a great time with the relaxed cancellation and change policies.
Exactly.
And if they happen to cancel your cruise, it's 125% future cruise credit. So,
wow.
I mean, that's kind of a cool thing too. So they're making it as easy as possible to book these things and not be completely freaked out about what's going to happen to my deposit or my my trip. It's easy to move, and Disney is doing a fantastic job at working with guests and working with us too, making our jobs easier. Very few destinations are being as lenient with their cancellation policies and not having change penalties and all kinds of crazy stuff the way that Disney's doing. So hats off to them. We book lots of things at destinations to travel, and Disney is doing it. Doing it right.
And what do we know about Adventure by Disney? I know Adventure by Disney just announced, I thought it was a cruise or some river cruise thing they're doing somewhere in the world. I'm not sure.
Somewhere in the world.
Somewhere there's a river and a boat and Adventure by Disney people. That's all I know.
Yeah. 2022. I don't know if this is what you're talking about. The 2022 River Cruise offer.
That was it.
So that was it. Yep. So, and when you book anytime January through April of 2021 for travel, let's see, it goes May through the end of December of 2022. So at this point, I mean, it's something. It's hope. We've heard, very little about Adventures by Disney. So this was a nice little, little bait to throw out there. So
yeah,
we heard a story that they're booking trips to Antarctica. Is that legit?
Legit.
Really?
that's a good question.
wow.
It's penguins, people. They got penguins.
I know.
These
Bring-
expedition
That's a
cruises
good
look sick.
question.
Make sure you bring a plant back for Animal
Yeah.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's the only continent they don't have a plant from.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, who would have thought? That's like one of those jokes where we talk about, when you're 10, you think you're going to go shopping on the moon, and then
Yeah,
you're going to go to Antarctica. Now you can go to Antarctica. That's
Right.
crazy.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
For
that
sure.
is that's very interesting. Are there any Adventure by Disney going? Because I remember there were some in Europe, but now that Europe is on lockdown, they may have canceled all those.
I think everybody's on pause.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think somebody, what was the question Joe said? How far? No. So Joe is saying that he's looking to book in the summer of 2022. Is that,
Mm.
is he too early to do anything with that trip?
Go ahead.
We should be able to do, hopefully, the hope is that we'll get some package prices released
Oh,
for
okay.
2022 starting in the springtime. I
Okay.
mean, it's kind of up in the air as to whether we can do some room onlys for 2022 right now.
Mm.
Because I think things are a little undecided on the Disney side as to whether or not. Sometimes you call and they're like, "Yeah, we'll do that," and then sometimes you call, they're like, "Whoa, we're not doing that yet." So I think
Mm.
Calm
they're
down.
still feeling their way through 2021 for the most part.
Yeah.
But we are making our lists. We are starting to gather information for guests that are interested in traveling in 2022, where, tell us what dates you're looking for so we can hit the ground running when we get those packages released, or when we have,
Mhm.
when we know that we can truly book some room onlys for you guys. So if
Mhm.
people are interested in 2022, start hitting us up, because we're getting our ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Go
would
ahead.
suggest you shoot one of these lovely ladies an email.
Yeah.
And just say, "Hey, I was the guy that asked the question," and start getting the information that you would need to get, even independent of what year you're going. Just start getting
Yeah.
some of that together, because
Mhm.
it's coming from the travel industry. For when I was there, like when those packages drop, I mean, you have to be on the ball. So if they
Right.
already have the information and they already know kind of about when you want to go, they can go in and cherry pick exactly what you want as soon as possible.
Mhm.
That way, you're not playing catch up with a lot of people.
For
So,
sure. Well, and such a limited, there's such limited availability when they announce these packages too, that
Yeah.
you really got to be
There's only
ready
3
to
rooms
roll.
available. There's
Right.
only 3 rooms
Right.
available.
Ready to
Yeah.
go.
Well, and Disney has made it so much easier for us too as travel agents, because now we have the ability to go online and modify different packages and things like that. So
Oh, wow.
we're not stuck necessarily on the phone for days.
That's great.
God
Um,
bless you guys. Holy cow.
awesome.
That's
Mhm.
huge.
Welcome to the 21st century, Disney.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Now,
Maybe next
surp-
we'll go to Antarctica.
I'm surprised you didn't have to fax it in.
Now, I know we haven't talked about a lot of the packages currently running for Disney World. What can, when someone brings you in to help them plan their travel, can you do everything? Like, can you make fast passes for them? Have they got that system squared out where you can do that for them?
Not
Still
yet.
no?
Fast passes
They're
are still
not back
paused.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dining we can. 60
Dining,
days
yeah.
out, but
Yeah,
mhm.
dining we can do.
Right.
Tours are still paused. Fast passes are still paused. I mean, we're still waiting for a lot of the nuts and bolts to come back. But yeah, I mean, dining is huge with limited capacity. It's important to get those reservations at that 60-day mark, which it's 60 days instead of the 180 right now. It is crucial to nail those down as quickly as you can with limited capacity in those restaurants.
Right. Yeah. If somebody was thinking about taking a trip for spring break, I know it sounds probably like an oxymoron at this point, but are there packages or things, hotel packages that are going on that might entice them to, drive down here or fly down here?
Yeah, absolutely. Christy, I'll go ahead. I'll share a little bit. So anybody wants to travel between now and, let's see, we'll do September 25th with a 4-night, 3-day Walt Disney World package. With 3 days of park tickets, they can receive 2 free days in the park. So basically, your travel days, you actually could use those days to actually get in the parks. And it's not just limited to 4 nights. If you want to stay beyond that, you can take advantage of that as well. So,
wow, that's a good deal.
Yeah, there's the room discounts out there too. If that's, I mean, depending on what tier you're staying at. I mean, there's 2 separate offers running right now. You've got your 2 free days, and then you've got a room percentage promotion that's running now too. So that's also the beauty of having a travel agent is we'll price out both and see where the savings is, because it really can depend on your particular vacation.
Right.
Yep, for sure.
So if they're willing to fly, you can do the air, the room, and the tickets for them.
Well, Disney no longer bundles the air. Effective January 1st, 2021, they no longer bundle the air with their packages. We do still do Magical Express. We've got that for a little bit longer.
So right now,
for them,
right now.
You book for people?
Yes.
Could you actually? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it would just be separate from your Disney package.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Cheapos.
Are there any restrictions? Are there any restrictions on like multifamily? So I know that there was a huge push for multi-generational families to come down. How is Disney handling that in this time of COVID? With needing a larger space, is Disney being accommodating to that? Or are they pushing back on restrictions because of the amount of people that are coming down and going to be in the space? How's that, and what's the availability like for those kind of needs for some of the travel people?
I mean, I can say we traveled with a party of 12 in October, and my biggest thing was dining. And I was worried, are we going to actually be able to sit together? That what they did was they split us up into 2 groups of 6. And they made every effort. I think it was Hollywood Brown Derby. We were able to all sit at one table. So, it's just a matter of letting the hostess know when you go up, to the stand, just, okay, this is where we're at. If they can make it work, they'll make it work. If not, they'll put you relatively close together. At least that's from a dining perspective, sit down. So,
So from a room perspective, it's the same.
Yeah.
So for the room perspective, it's still the same. You just get the more connecting or whatever. That's not a problem. Good.
No. Yeah.
Any other did we miss any discounts for Walt Disney World?
I don't think so.
No, I think we covered
it. The first half of the year is stacked.
Sweet. So talk to us about Aulani. Aulani's open, right?
Yeah.
Aulani is open.
For Aulani?
Yes, they're having they're doing 30% off, I think, for stays.
Wow.
Well, I mean, the discounts, it's a range. It's a sliding scale. So beginning at 3 nights to 5 nights, you get 30% off. I mean, we're seeing some great deals for Aulani that it's no longer that place that you just can't afford. I mean, it's Hawaii always kind of, for so many people, I think feels like a pipe dream. Right. But I mean, Aulani, 30% off makes it a really affordable resort. Especially, you can get a deal on airfare somewhere, then kill it and go to Aulani for sure.
Yeah. And if you live in Orlando, they now have a direct flight.
Yes. I heard about that.
And the prices are sub $2,000. So,
wow.
You can get yourself a great deal and get there directly. You don't have to stop anywhere. So
Nice.
people living in Orlando, go check that out. Hawaiian Airlines. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Hawaiian.
Yeah. As soon as they announced that, I was like, let me see what those prices are like. And that's not bad. I was like, hey, that's not too shabby for a direct flight to Hawaii from the East Coast. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would throw out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Hawaii is still requiring the not positive COVID test before you get there.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And then I think you still have to quarantine, if I'm not mistaken.
When you go to Hawaii. Yes. Yeah.
So.
Well, and that'll be in place for a little bit. They've been super cautious, which, I mean, their numbers are working for them. So
right.
You just have to build that into your stay. It's an excuse to stay longer in Hawaii. Nothing wrong with that.
Listen, if you're going to go, you want to stay, right?
Yes, you do. Well, especially if you're from the East Coast. We've got a battle with the time difference. So I'm going to milk it.
Yeah.
That's right. So I would throw out Disneyland, but the parks are closed, and aren't the resorts closed except for Disney Vacation Club people?
You can go to shopping down there. Anybody want to take a shopping trip to Disneyland?
Yeah.
We'll help you out with that.
I spent thousands so I could go buy stuff at Disney merchandise. I actually got to go inside a
California jerseys.
That's right.
We're getting there. They're making progress. California's making progress.
Yeah. My California friends tell me that it's not the same experience because they're not allowing you to dine inside or outside anything. You have to take it to go, which is fine.
Wow.
I mean, there are places to sit and eat, but everything is to go. You can't. They're not serving anybody at a sit down thing at all. So yeah, I have two friends that moved within walking distance of Disneyland, and then it shut down.
So they're the jinx. Thanks for nothing.
I live right out the back door. I'm a block away. I could walk there, and now it's closed.
Bummer.
That would be my luck.
Yeah, that'd be my luck too. Somebody was asking, do we know when cruising is going to start again? Have they speculated when they think they'll get a ship to go out to sea?
I'm supposed to go in May. I would love to be able to go on that cruise ship.
I hope so. I mean, we've got the cancellations through early April. So,
okay.
I mean, we just wait for the CDC, because it's no longer up to the cruise lines. They can't even predict anymore. So the hope is that we're getting closer. So that's as far out as the cancellations have gone. I know some other cruise lines have canceled Alaskan cruises through October, but that's a completely different beast than Caribbean cruises.
Right.
And where we can count on
that usually entails a stop in Canada.
Right.
Flying to Vancouver.
Right.
That would be
very seasonal ports too. It's just a different kind of cruise experience. So that is pretty much off the table, but we're still hopeful.
Yeah. I know the CDC a couple months ago announced their 2-part test. But I think they pulled that off the table because numbers started going up. So we'll have to see. There's a new director of the CDC now. So now we'll have to figure out what this person decides is safe cruising.
Right. We're only going through the holidays. I mean, the holidays jack stuff up. So let's get through the repercussions of all of our Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, whatever else fell in there, and get back on the boat.
My speculation is that these first 6 months of cruising, once it starts, it's going to be fantastic because it's probably going to only be about a half a boat. So
for sure,
you're probably going to have a lot.
Eat off the pool.
Yeah, you could probably do whatever you want because there's not going to be 6,000 people. It'll probably be 3,000 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So
it'll be Heidi and her family.
I know. Please,
you guys give me the guinea pig.
The Disney Parks podcast condone eating off of floors on clean boats or unclean boats. You're within the Disney Cruise Line.
Unless you bring your own plate. Then you can do whatever.
But right, that's going to be good for some kind of antibodies, though, right?
Yeah.
You probably come out like the Hulk. All right. So are there any specials or anything going on that we've missed?
No, I think we've covered it.
Yep.
Lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So, I started with. Is there anything else, T?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So start with Heidi. Let's start with Christie this time. Christie, how can people get in touch with you if they want to talk to you about maybe you booking some travel?
Email is probably the easiest thing. I also have a private Facebook group, but you can email me and I'll put you in touch with that. It's a no drama. It's a smaller group, so it's not one of those things where you've got 40,000 dramatic, nasty people coming at you when you say you want to stay somewhere that nobody else wants to stay or whatever. So that's that's what I love to do. It's called Main Street Magic, and I love the small group. But yeah, totally. Send me an email, and that's a great way to connect. Quick to respond and super easy, and then just get the ball rolling that way.
And what's that email address for the listeners? Sorry.
It's Christie Grube at d2travel.com. I've got to read it on the screen so I hit all the letters. So it's CHRISTIEGRUBE at the letter D, the number 2, travel.com.
Yeah, once you get really good at it, you'll start doing the hand sign. Heidi, how can people get in touch with you if they would like for you to book their travel?
Christie, I don't know how to follow that up. I feel a little outdone. Well, let me tell you, Heidi Estep at d2travel.com. But I also, like Christie, have a private Facebook group. I'm right there with her. We have way too much drama in the world. So my group, Just a Disney Dream Away on Facebook, all light and fun and bright and trying to bring joy to people's lives. Direct messaging is also really good. Through Instagram, Dream Away with Heidi. And yeah, those are some great options. So
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, very good.
Awesome. Well, Tony knows what button to press. Ladies, you've done a wonderful job tonight. Congratulations. You've done very well for your first time.
Thanks for having us.
Hit the button, T. The applause button.
Hit the who?
The applause button.
Oh.
Where's my pants?
I'm sorry. I was reading and thinking at the same time, and the third function just threw me over the edge.
Yep.
Ladies, really, seriously, sincerely, great job. I mean, going on a podcast, going live on a podcast can be challenging. You guys are awesome. Would you be willing to stay with us through some of the news and maybe chime in a little bit on some of our news?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. Tony, can we adjust the news a little bit so we don't keep them here till 10 o'clock?
Yeah. If you want to pick a couple stories, we can do that. Pick whatever fits your fancy.
Right. Well, we've had a great time with these ladies talking about travel, how to book travel, and we highly encourage you to book them. They're here because not only we've become friends, we invited them on, but they're also part of our travel planning group. We are sponsored by Destinations to Travel. So thank you. If you're looking to book some travel, contact one of these two ladies. And we've done all that. So I guess there's nothing else we can do but get into the news.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
Well, there's a Spider-Man adventure coming to Adventures Campus at Disneyland Resort, which you can't visit because it ain't open. In the web workshop, if I can talk, young engineers specialize in developing innovative technologies to equip and empower a new generation of superheroes. This workshop showcases the inventions of Peter Parker and the rest of the web tech team, including their adorable spider bots, which are designed to be robotic sidekicks capable of building anything a superhero might need. When Peter's demonstration goes awry, as they often do, spider bots are stuck in a replication loop, creating even more spider bots. You get a spider bot. You get a spider bot. Everybody gets a spider bot. If you put on your 3D glasses, your mission will be to test drive the aspiring inventor's latest invention, the Web Slinger Mobile, and discover your web slinging superpowers through specially designed innovative technology, using the story twice, that recognizes body movements and gestures. You will reach out with your hands and sling webs from your wrists. Just like Spider-Man. As the web slinger vehicles progress, you will virtually pass through several other campus addresses, including PIM Test Kitchen, Avengers Headquarters, and the Collector's Fortress, also home to the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. As the mission continues, spider bots will become harder and harder to beat as they continue to multiply. That's terrifying. Web Slinger, Spider-Man Adventure is just one of the many addresses found inside Avengers Campus, an entirely new land dedicated to discovering, recruiting, and training the next generation of heroes at Disney California Adventure Park. So keep an eye on the Disney Parks blog and the Disney Parks Podcast.com website for update. And if Disneyland ever opens back up, maybe we'll get to go to Avengers Campus and see what it's like.
I just want to see that robot make that
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that Spider-Man will go darting from building to building. That's all I want to see.
The robotic animatronic that slings were the greatest of these.
It goes, with the pose and does the thing. That's all I want to see. If I was in Imagineering and that thing was like semi-operational, needs to be tested, I would be doing it all day. Pew!
The grocery store.
Yeah. that Spider-Man would be all over Disneyland.
Have you guys seen the test footage of that thing?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm geeked about the whole Avengers Campus.
Crazy.
The whole, love it. I can't.
Yeah.
I wish that we were West Coasters because I wish that we could have the Avengers in Disney World because so geek.
I know. Well, that's why they put it there so that we have to go there. That's
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genius, evil genius.
Yeah, exactly. Disney dropped a bomb last week that more entertainment is actually going to return to the parks this summer. So they announced that they are starting the process of bringing back to work more singers, dancers, technicians, other cast members from one of the most popular shows at Walt Disney World, and it is the Lion King show. I also noticed
Sadenga Babadisi COVID.
Yeah, it seems like they're starting to wrap up their construction over at Fantasmic, and I think that's going to make a limited return this summer as well.
That'd be great.
Yeah, so when the Festival of the Lion King will be presented in a modified format, we don't know what that means quite yet. There will be adjustments to the show on stage, backstage, including updates to choreography to allow for appropriate physical distancing. We'll also adjust how the audience is seated in line with other theater-based experiences at Walt Disney World. So there you go. It's probably going to be every other row. You're going to be 6 feet apart from the net party next to you. There's going to be no singers, roaming around. They're all going to be very close to the middle of the stage. Probably no swinging monkeys because, I don't know, sweat and spit could be flying all over the place. Who the hell knows what they're going to do? So
You make it sound really good.
Yeah.
We're all really excited now.
It'll be fine. You'll like it. Trust me.
Tony has a way of making everything sound attractive.
I'll take a little monkey sweat. Come on, you'll be fine.
Don't do it too hard for life.
Yeah.
So bad, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick time out to promote our Patreon page. If you want to support the show, you like what we're doing here, and you want to keep us on the air and free. That's the important thing. You want to go to DisneyParksPodcast.com/Patreon. We just got done recording a bunch of shows that will be premiering this week. You can't hear that content anywhere else but Patreon. And we want to thank all of the people who are part of our community over there. And if you'd like to do that, go over to DisneyParksPodcast.com/Patreon. There's all sorts of ways that you can help, and you get some great rewards in the process. So go check it out. So yeah, go to DisneyParksPodcast.com/Patreon. I got to fix that lower third. Talk about some meetups, Tony.
Yeah, so we're going to have some actual physical in-person meetups. No touching, though. Uh, March March 6th, we're going to go to Geyser Point at Disney's Wilderness Lodge and hopefully see the electrical water pageant, grab some cocktails, maybe some food. So 7 p.m., be there at Geyser Point for that fun. Then on May 29th, we're in the early stages of picking a movie. We're going to rent a private theater at the AMC Theater. And unfortunately, that's limited to 20 people. So we're going to go pick a movie. We're leaning towards Back to the Future. So if you want to see it on the big screen again, or if they have something Disney, we'll select that. We'll see what's playing in May.
Fun.
August 7th, we are going to Ravello at the Four Seasons for breakfast. It's back by popular demand. It's not the same, but it is just as good. So we haven't picked the time yet because we have to wait till reservations open up for that. We're too early for August. But we'll pick a time. Obviously, it'll be in the morning for breakfast. And it comes with Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy. And then on December 11th, we are going to do our Christmas crawl, assuming Disney hasn't canceled Christmas this year again. But we're going to start probably at the Contemporary. Start at the Contemporary, go to the Poly. It should be finished this summer, so we hopefully can get back in there, and then over to the Grand Flow, and that will be that. So visit all the big deluxe resorts, have a couple cocktails, see some Christmas trees, and have some fun.
Cool.
So
maybe we can go down and hang out.
Yeah, so if you're around, come on down. We'll be here. Hey, last week, John, we had a trivia question.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Ladies, are you let's see if these folks know what's going on. Go ahead.
All right.
Who was the actor that received the first Golden Globe nomination for voicing a character in a Disney animated film? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Who do you think would be a voice actor, a good thespian?
It's not Walt Disney.
Yeah.
I thought it was Walt. I was wrong.
That won a Golden Globe for Disney animated a voicing of a character. Well, the correct answer was Robin Williams for the genie.
Oh,
wow.
Yes.
And nobody before that. Wow.
Nobody before that. Yep. First time. And the winner is Leah. So as we'd like to say, Leah, it's in the mail. Well, it will be in the mail soon. Let's talk about this week's trivia question. And we have to warn you, don't shout out the answer because we've had that problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I always try to give a fake answer.
Yeah.
One time I couldn't, but I came out with a real answer. I was like, oh, crap.
All right. Although far less popular than Minnie Mouse, Disney animated a second female mouse character. Who was she, and how was she related to Mickey Mouse? So who's the second female, not Minnie, and how are they related to Mickey Mouse? If you know the correct answer, you can send that to at Disney Parks Podcast at gmail.com. Disney Parks Podcast at gmail.com.
Was it Maxie Mouse, who was lactose intolerant?
Well, if you had a Minnie, then you had a Max, right?
Maxie Mouse.
Very good.
My side.
I feel like that's an unusually hard question. Or am I just a moron?
No, that is a very hard question.
Are you guys like, oh, we know that?
No.
Oh, yeah, totally.
No.
Google it.
No.
I know.
That's what I do.
Let's talk about Disney Skyliner is going to have some maintenance this week. So if you're in town, you're going to have some Skyliner issues. So currently, Walt Disney World is planning to use the Skyliner in the days ahead. Outages are planned for maintenance on the system. Confirmed by the transportation cast members beginning January 24th. That was yesterday. Routine maintenance will begin occurring on separate Skyliner lines, causing the line to be unavailable. So Sunday the 24th was the Art of Animation Resort along with Pop. That was unavailable. Tuesday, the 26th, the Skyliner is going down, leading from Disney's Hollywood Studio, will be unavailable. And then Thursday, the 28th, no Skyliner, leading to Epcot and the International Gateway. That will not be available. So if you were staying at any of those resorts on Skyliner, you'll have to probably get on a bus. And the old-fashioned way, right? Exactly, exactly.
The unwashed masses.
Have you ladies been on the Skyliner?
Love the Skyliner.
I love it. Amazing.
Yeah. John's not a fan. I don't mind it.
Whoa. It's not that I'm not a fan. I just haven't ridden it in the middle of the day in September when it's 1,000 degrees out.
And it breaks down.
We rode it in August and it was hot, but I think when it's just us, that's cool. I mean, because we're, it's COVID, so we're all socially distanced. It's just my family and I'm used to how they smell and sound. I can't imagine doing it with putting other people in those cabins. That would be torture.
Yep.
I'm slightly acrophobic, so I'm kind of afraid of heights. And you know how it used to, like, when it was coming into the station, be like, I was not prepared for that. I literally came out of my chair. And first I said it, then I did it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I was not ready for that at all. So,
and I will give you this tip. Make sure that you go to the bathroom before you get on, because I made the mistake of once going, it's only right over there, but it stopped for 10 minutes. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Where is that emergency thing? I may have to use that. So use the restrooms before you get on the Skyliner. It's just my word.
If it's raining, bring a poncho.
Yeah, bring something.
I got wet. Just sitting on the Skyliner one day in October. It was fun, actually. I laughed.
You didn't close the window thingies?
I didn't get that far. Didn't think that far. No, not. And my family got a good kick out of it. I know. Don't close the window. It's too funny.
Well, that's the thing too. Like you were saying, Christy, in August, it's fine once you're moving, but if it stops or slows down and that breeze, in August, it can be a little terrifying. You're like, where did the air go?
I'm going to die
here. Yeah. And I was on with like people that were afraid of heights, and that's also not. I thought this lady was going to have a panic attack and like kill us all. I was like, all right, just calm down.
Yeah.
We're going to get
there. Don't barf.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay.
It's okay.
It's all fun and games until you hear, and then it's.
You saw it was a big bucket hanging on a wire. Why'd you get on?
What's to be afraid of?
What could go wrong? Gets windy in Florida. Swing.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to this news story mainly because we did a story for the Patreon, one of the Patreon shows that talks about 10 facts that will shock you about Walt Disney World. And one of them was about the Hall of Presidents and how it took 2 acts of Congress to get like the seal, the presidential seal that they have on the floor in the years. And it's recognized as an actual, spoilers for the show, it's an actual federal museum, right?
Yep.
So all these people who are like, they're going to close the Hall of Presidents and they're going to make it like a Disney Muppet history. Wrong. The Hall of Presidents is currently closed for refurbishment because we have a new president, apparently. I haven't seen news about this, but apparently we have a new president. Joe Biden is now the 46th president of the United States. And Disney announced the closure of the Hall of Presidents at the Magic Kingdom. Although the show will be closed effective on, it was like last January 20th, that was last Wednesday. The show will be closed. Disney doesn't have any details on the scope of the changes that will be made to the show, Well, here's one thing. They're going to take the Trump one. They're going to move it probably into the back. And then they're going to put the Joe one right there. And they're going to put Obama right there with his hand on him saying, don't screw this up. Although the show will be closed effectively today, which is the 20th, there's no word yet on the scope of changes or when it will reopen. Disney has confirmed to the Orlando Sentinel that a Joe Biden animatronic figure will be part of the show. Wondering what the country will do with the Joe Biden animatronic figure that's currently in the White House? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just playing. The last closure in 2017 lasted almost an entire year, with the show reopening on December 19th of 2017. Imagineers typically add each new president to the Hall of Presidents. There's been recent speculation that the Muppets will take part in the reworked show, with the beloved characters seeing a recent resurgence with all 5 seasons of the Muppet Show now appearing on Disney Plus February 19th. Promotion, by the way. I think it's great. I don't want to see the Hall of Presidents closed. I think that it should be mandatory for every kid to go through there at least once a year, to get a little taste of that. And I think they should be going. They make them go over to American Adventure and watch that as well. Right. That's it. I'm a nerd when it comes to that kind of stuff. So yeah, Hall of Presidents, not Muppets. Still the president. Yeah, it's still your presidents. Sorry.
It'll be a salute to nations, but mainly America.
It'll be a tribute to all the presidents of the United States, but mainly
America. Yeah. Right. One last story is the Crossroads Shopping Center that's near Hotel Plaza Boulevard and Apocrypha Vine Lane is officially closing. So after years of negotiating a deal, the state of Florida reached an agreement with the owners of the Crossroads for $198 million to take possession of that land.
Wow.
This was reported by the Orlando Sentinel. The agreement marks the largest eminent domain settlement in the state's history, according to the lead attorney representing the property. As a result, the deal is being finalized. All 25 business tenants located at the retail center will have to vacate by August of this year to close and vacate. I think there's still quite a few places that are hanging on. I think the Mickey D's is and a whole bunch of other places.
Well, what's the plan for that land then? Do they have an idea what they're going to do with it?
Yeah. So the Florida Department of Transportation plans to expand the Interstate 4 where Crossroads is, and that will help alleviate that congestions towards exit 68. That's where the little Mickey Power Tower is. It goes all kind of down to one lane. Well, that's the bottleneck. So they're trying to get rid of that. I also think that they're going to move that exit, which is a little bit further down on Pocket Pine Lane. I think they're going to move it this way a tad, skosh. So, yeah, this is all going to happen. It's probably going to take years, and that area is going to be a nightmare. Because I think the way I saw the pictures, I think Apotka's going over. Like the new road is going over the old road. I don't know. There's going to be like an express and a non-express. Like you're going to get off of local traffic, or you'll just be able to fly over that old area on a Pocket Island. So it's going to be very interesting how they build that. So
So the list of businesses closing it's amazing.
Yeah.
McDonald's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Chevy's, Fuddruckers, Firehouse Subs, which breaks my heart, Taco Bell, Red Lobster, Pizza Uno. We've already lost Tom and Cheese, Sweet Tomato, and the Goodings grocery store. I mean, how are people getting deliveries now? How are people
and that mini golf is closed as well.
Really?
Yeah, that'll be going as well. Yep.
That's crazy.
It's a lot of businesses that are, I mean, I used to go there all the time. It's a place to eat off property because there was, places to go.
Super convenient.
Yeah.
Barely.
I like the sweet tomatoes back there was good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I will miss it.
Yeah. All right.
I have to go all the way out on 192 to go to a Sweet Tomatoes. Pain in the neck.
Yeah, near me. Let me know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a long way to go for a salad.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Considering where I live, yes.
Yes. All right, kids. How about a little headline news?
And now, the headline news.
All right. As the fine travel people had mentioned, that the Disney Cruise Line temporarily extended final payment dates and cancellation fee schedule. So contact these fine ladies for more information if you have a cruise or want a cruise.